Hi moms, I want to make a quick, short, and unedited video just to walk you through the process of joining the Google Classroom and show you the features that are most important for your student to know how to use immediately, and hopefully that will help you see why I've chosen to use this platform to benefit the students. You should by now have an email, or the account that you sent me should have an email if it's you or your student. Make sure that you're logged into the account that you sent me to use for the classroom. I'm logged into Carson's account, my son Carson. I've just have him set up as a sample student. So I'm in his account and I've opened the email that says you've been invited to join the writing class. I'm going to click join and it's going to take me to the classroom, confirm, yes, I do want to join. And then what's going to pop up next is the home screen for Google Classroom for our class. Remember that only students that have been invited or have a class code are able to access this, so no other students can see anything posted here. This page is set up with a couple of things. I just wanted to go ahead and have a few things up there for the students to see the types of questions and types of assignments that they may see. Most importantly, I'm going to scroll down to the bottom. This is an assignment. This is the icon for assignment. I'll go through the others that I have posted in just a moment, but this would be an example of the very first assignment that they have, or an example of any assignment. This is the very first one they have with the due date. The instructions are here, a link for something to read. I'm going to go ahead and click open for this assignment. I have the instructions here to read through again. I've attached a document in the directions. I told them to read this. Just clicking on that will open it up. And again, for this particular assignment, I've asked that they read through this. So let's pretend to be Carson. He has clicked on that. He read it. Let's pretend that he read these directions and knows what to do. So this is the main spot that you or your students need to know about. Now I'll pause for a minute. You could decide as the mom whether your child types their assignment or whether you type it for them. I have absolutely no preference who types the information. I just ask that mom, if you do type it, you leave any errors that the student made in it. And I promise that's not because I want to find them and grade them down on it. My goal for this year is that students learn how to edit and revise their own work very well and very thoroughly. The process is extremely important to me, even above the final product at some points. So I want them to learn to recognize their own mistakes. So moms, if you type it, I just ask that you leave those mistakes in there, if there are any, of course. So if we were Carson, we would see that we had an assignment to do. We can add comments. You can see I've already been playing around here to test this out before I did the screen recording, but he can make private comments to me, like, oops, I forgot to add the attachment. That could be something that he needs to tell me privately that not everyone needs to see. I get alerts when he's posted a comment and I can come back and respond to him. So let's say it's time for him to complete his writing assignment this week. He's read the directions and he's ready to start. We're going to focus on the... Okay, so if he is looking at the assignment and he's ready to start, he's going to go to the Create button, and I prefer Google Docs for the way the students or you type their work. You'll see why in a moment. He's going to create a new doc, and it's going to automatically title this for him and put his name on it. If you're using, moms, if you're using your own email account, then it'll have your name instead of your student, but that's no problem at all. So he's created it. He's going to go into the document and he's going to start typing his assignment. And then all he has to do, truly at this point, he doesn't have to save, he doesn't have to share. All he has to do is just close it. And then come back to this main screen and hit turn in, confirm that you want to turn it in, and it's turned in, and it'll of course notify him of that here. If he says, oh no, I just made a mistake, I forgot to do something, he can just hit unsubmit and confirm that. He can make any changes that he needs to and open it back up and make any changes. Oh, love that spelling there. And once he has finished, he can just hit turn in if he's completely finished at this point. So that you can see what it looks like on my side, I'm going to show you. I'm going to refresh my screen and show you why I wanted to use this platform. So I can see on my screen that one person has turned it in. I can go into Carson's assignment and I can read and grade and check his work. So I can add comments here. Let's say I want to add a comment just on this one particular word. I can say check the spelling of this. Perhaps I want to comment on the entire section or paragraph. I can do that as well. So I can leave comments throughout the entire paper without having to wait for the student to hand a hard copy in class. I come home, I write all over it with my pen and then hand it back the next week. This lets the student have information much quicker, hopefully before the class even happens, so I can look for patterns in the student's work if there's something we need to address in class as a whole group before too much time has passed. So once I have done that, I make sure that he has access to see it. That's all on my part. Oops, sorry about that. Because I do want him to be able to see those comments. So there's some things I can do on my end with that. I can give him a grade. Actually, from playing around earlier, I had already put 100 in here, but I could put a grade here, and then he gets an alert that he has something ready to check. So now I'm back in Carson's account. You can see the D there, which indicates his account. If I refresh this, he is going to be able to see the comments that I made when he goes in and looks at this. This is ideal if a student is working on a draft, so he's able to see exactly what I just put in there. If he needs to change, oh, I do need to change the spelling of that. And so he does. He can make the change and you know, go on from there, and it's automatically saved. You can also see this M. I'm not sure how familiar you are with Google Docs or Google products, but if this M is up, that means I am also on this document with Carson. If I was not on the document, if I did not have it open, you would not see an M here. But the advantage to this is that he and I could chat. Let's say you have a question and you wanted to maybe your student during the week needs to ask me a question about something that they're writing, and we can do that over the phone, or we could do that here. Maybe someone needs me to look at a paragraph and say, Miss Agar, I'm not sure if this is, or Miss Marcia, I'm sorry, too many years in the classroom. But Marcia, this is something, I'm not sure if this is what you're looking for. Can you check this out and see? Then Carson can say, is this right? And we can chat back and forth, actually. That was the wrong. Here's how we can chat. And then I could come over to my screen and I can see that he's trying to chat with me, and I can sit right back. So that's a neat feature, and it helps me to give feedback to the students much more quickly than if they handed a hard copy in class. I hope that helps you get started with Google Docs. There's a lot more to learn. Just a real quick, the couple of things I mentioned that I'd come back to. We started this assignment with Create. If you remember, there was a Create button. There is also an add button. If you needed to add an attachment, let's say that you had, maybe you had typed something on Word or Pages or something else, maybe you're attaching a picture for some reason, this is where you would do that, just like you were attaching something to an email. But I would prefer, when they start from scratch, to start with the Create button and create a new doc, just because that seems to be an easy way to get feedback. If you have any questions, definitely let me know, and I will be back